My name is Brent Hoskins, and I serve as Executive Director of the Business Technology Association. And we've been doing these BTA 101 calls the last 2 or 3 years, really as a resource to our members so they can learn more about the association, what it has to offer. We found that a lot of members, would take advantage of several benefits and maybe never have an idea of the full scope of the benefits that we provide to our members. So we introduced this several years ago, and what we'll be doing in a few moments is kind of just walking through the website, and certainly can answer any questions that you may have, but at the very least, we'll kind of show you some things on the website that you may or may not have some awareness of. So I wanted to mention a couple of things up front. As you may or may not know, you can see on the home page there, this is our 100th year, which is amazing. So we started in 1926 right here in Kansas City, where we're located today. Although we've had headquarters in different cities through the years, we've been here since 1986. We started as Typewriter Dealers Association back in 1926. So we've come a long way. We've changed. The industry's changed. The world's changed. But one thing that hasn't changed is the way we're set up. We are governed by a group of elected dealer member volunteers. We have a board of directors of 12 individuals and about 26 elected dealer volunteers, largely dealership owners, across the 4 districts of the association. The staff is small here in Kansas City, but we have collectively, the group of us on staff have more than 90 years of experience with the association. I've actually been here myself since 1986, so this will be my 40th year coming up in November of 2026. So we've enjoyed the industry. We know a lot of folks. We've not necessarily been in the industry other than with the association, with the exception of Brian, who's going to be speaking in a moment. I think early on in his career, he was selling copiers there. So, right, he knows what that's all about. But I mentioned a moment ago that we have a pretty large group of elected volunteers, the staff small, but my point being, we rely a lot on the volunteers. They are very active in the association on a day-to-day basis, and we, lean on them in many ways. We have several volunteer committees that guide the association, and for them, I think they really value the opportunity to not only be in leadership position with the association, but to interact with their fellow volunteers. It's kind of another peer group, if you will. So I'm going to turn it over to Brian. He's going to walk you through the website. Along the way, he might turn it back over to me a few times, or I may interrupt him to share a few items. But this is pretty informal. If you've got questions along the way or want to interrupt us, just interrupt us, and we'll address whatever questions that you may have. So with that, Brian, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Brent. Appreciate that. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. And I see a couple fairly new members. I want to just give a quick shout out. John Egerter. Hi, John. And Anastasia Kernell, or Stacy. Thank you guys for joining and being a part of this call. So thank you. Like Brent said, if you got any questions, just go ahead and holler them out, and we'll stop in the middle of it. The best way to start this would be on the bta.org website, so the homepage. And if you don't already have one, the best way to do this is to create a login. And you go up here to login, click on that. And if you don't have a login, you just create one right here, and it's very simple. It'll pop up. You just put your name and whatnot in there and sign in, and you're good to go. I have already signed in as Deborah Dennis. She is the BTA president. And you'll know that you're signed in correctly is right up here in the upper left-hand corner. It'll say logged in as Deborah Dennis or whoever. When you do log in, you're automatically taken to the Info Hub. The only place that Info Hub is really mentioned on here is right here, but that's what we call it. It's kind of the back end. And you can come here and correct or update your information under contact info. So right here, my info, contact info, you've got the mailing address, physical, email addresses, and that type of thing. So you can update that. You can also update your business information, like number of locations, number of employees, year established. So that type of stuff is all under my info. And then when you need to get to the BTA homepage at that point, you just come down here and click on homepage, and it takes you to the homepage. So it's pretty simple to log in, and the information If you want to know who else is on your record or in your account, you click related contacts, and that has a list of everybody there except for Deborah Dennis because she is the primary. So she would not be listed here. So that's kind of the information on the Info Hub. If you need to do a member search, you can do the member search directory right here. Come in here and place in some criteria. So let's just say we're looking for brands carried, and we're looking for Konica Minolta individuals. So you put Konica in there, you click on that, and that shows you the members that are in our database that say they have carried Konica Minolta, and you just need to click on that, and it'll give you the information of that individual. So yeah, the three things you really worry about in the Info Hub is My Info, the member directory, and then just getting back to the home page. Any questions? So BTA, like Brent said, we started 100 years ago. The easiest way to find out about BTA is just kind of the About Us button. If you click on it, it'll take you to the BTA page, and this gives you kind of a lot of information about BTA. We've got past photos in here. We've got video archives. So some of these photos are pretty funny looking back on them, 1928. So we've got photos there. And like Brent mentioned, BTA is run by dealer volunteers like yourselves. And we've got a national board of directors, and we've got a district officers. I'll start with the district. There's 4 districts. We've got a West, a Mid-America, Southeast, and a Northeast. And if you click on any one of these, you'll end up with officers. So this is the president of the Southeast, the president-elect. And the reason I show you these individuals is it's a great place to network with. It's a great place to start when you want to go ahead and network. So all these have individual dealer members that are board of directors, and every one of them would is just a dealer like yourself. So there's good information. If you got a question about something, Brent said we've got 90 years, but a lot of these guys out here live what you guys are living. So they might have a better answer than we do. So that's where you would find all that information and the BTA headquarters staff. There's Brent, Valerie, Elizabeth, and myself. So if you need to get a hold of anybody here at BTA, you can go there to get that as well. Kind of jumping, Brent mentioned that this call is being recorded. It's underneath membership, BTA 101 dealer member call. You click on that. Here's the call, and you can register. So when we decide when the next call is going to be, we'll post this video there, and there'll be a register. So if you have some individuals that like to attend it again, or if you'd like to do it yourself, either watch the video here or go ahead and register for the upcoming call. There's also benefits, the BTA benefits button. You get a drop-down menu, and this will take you to the individual locations. But if you click on the button itself, it takes you to the page that shows all the BTA benefits. And it's kind of starting just up here at the top, we've got the BTA Legal Services with Greg Goldberg. He's taken over. A lot of you, if you've been in the industry long enough, might remember Bob Goldberg. He was the BTA legal counsel for 40 plus years. Greg is his son, and Greg has taken over for the legal. He will do a lot of information for you. If it affects the industry as a whole, he'll help you a lot more than if it just affects you as the dealer. And a case in point would be if you've got a landlord agreement that just affects you. So he's not really going to look at all the landlord agreements and tell you, hey, you need to change this in it. But if you send him a manufacturer dealer contract, if you're not going to be the only individual that sells that copier, so he'll look at the manufacturer dealer contract for you. He has also produced several manufacturer dealer agreements that have already dotted I's and crossed the T's as well. So if you're interested, if it's your time to renew your manufacturer's agreement, contact Greg and see if they've got a dealer approved BTA agreement for you. And then right here, you just got a lot of information. The most important one might be the legal documents. You can click on that. This is kind of a template of what's in there, and you need to be have your username and login. but you just click on that and you end up with some cut and paste documents that you can come in here, and they're all Word documents. So you just open them up, kind of cut and paste, add your information to them, and you've got a transactional document that's been updated. You can contact Greg about any of these documents and say, hey, if I dot this I and cross that T, how does it change it? More times than not, he'll tell you the document's fine the way it is. So just kind of use it. You can call him and talk to him about them all, but free of charge. So there's a host of sample documents there for you as well. So the legal is probably one of our most used resources so far. Then we have the business support services. This is just a host of resources that you can access. Most of these are free of charge. We've got Ask the Analyst. It's you could ask a question of the industry and they'll give a reply for you. We got background checks. We got a disaster program. We got the BTA member app that you can download and put on your phone. So that's where that is underneath business support. We've got car rental, and I'll stop here on the dealer helping dealer. Where did I go? Yeah, dealer helping dealer discussion groups.
The height of the pandemic, frankly, in the spring of 2020, we launched this benefit. I started to say program, but benefit is kind of a compilation. I'll have Brian go through a couple of them here in a minute, but I wanted to talk about the discussion groups there in the middle. This has been a very successful program for us. It's free with your membership. There's no additional charge or anything like that. But what it is there are 6 discussion groups. They get together on a regular basis to share best practices and ideas. And the way it works is when they register, we just ask them what topics or discussion questions would you like the group to address in this call. And we've got 3 groups for dealership principals and owners, senior management. We have one for sales reps. We have one for service reps. And if you're an eAutomate or service manager, excuse me, if you're an eAutomate user, we've got one for eAutomate power users within the dealership or anyone who wants to learn more from others in the industry about the use of eAutomate. In fact, just to show you how timely this is, we've got a call this afternoon at the top of the next hour, and I've got probably 25 people who are going to get together and talk about eAutomate. Really, they're just going to answer one another's questions. So it's a great member benefit. You can see that some of the recordings there on the screen. You could peruse those at some point, maybe click through them. You get a better sense for what these are and how they benefit the members of the groups. What I've done is the BTA district events, when I saw a member of a discussion group there, I pulled them aside and kind of did a little interview on camera. And so that's what they are. I wanted to ask them a little bit to share about the Dealers Helping Dealers. I've had people say things like their Dealers Helping Dealers group is kind of like their virtual board of directors. They truly are helping one another, Dealers Helping Dealers, right? And 2 of those groups, we call it Dealers Helping Group 1 and 2, clever names, right? But they have been meeting over 100 times, on a regular basis. Those 2 in particular meet every other week, and we've got some people that have attended nearly every call. So if that's of interest to you, just reach out to me at any time, and I can try to match you up with a group where you don't have a competitor sitting on the call. You would just reach out to me at brent@bta.org. So Brian can talk to you a little bit about the other aspects of Dealers Helping Dealers. Thank you, Brian.
You bet, Brent. It was basically a 3-legged stool. We've got question and answer part of it, and the question and answers were really developed to answer COVID questions back then in 2020. So you can still ask questions of the dealer community as a whole. We usually place one of these questions in the BTA monthly magazine. So you can come in here and just click on that, get some answers, or the questions have already been asked and answered. So you can just scroll through there, and there's a ton of them there. So hopefully you'll have a minute or 2 to peruse that. And then the 3rd leg of the stool is the Dealer Helping Dealer Repair Network. And the concept behind this is if you've got a national account in your territory and they want to install a unit somewhere else out of your territory, you come to the Dealer Helping Dealer Repair Network. You sign up for it. It's real easy. It's just, you put your name, your company name, what you carry, and that type of thing. You put that in there, and you get a little pin here. And if you need some help, you can just kind of use this and you'll have a BTA member that can help you with the install and vice versa. If they've got something in your territory, you can go ahead and sign up for it, and then they can contact you, and you guys can work out the transaction, so to speak. So this is a great benefit. I'd encourage everybody to take some time and just go ahead and click there and sign up for it. And like I say, it's very simple to do. There's not a lot of information that's asking for you, brands carried, that type of thing. You're done. So I would recommend or suggest that everybody on the call go ahead and just take 3 minutes and sign up for the Dealer Help and Dealer Repair Network. Let's see here. Then kind of just going down here, we've got hiring assistant tools. We've got insurance programs, managed website for dealer site builders. So if you need some help with your website, shipping discounts. So there's a lot of good information in that. Here's the Dealer Help and Dealer section, so you can just access that directly. Channel Trends and Research is part of the Office Technology magazine that gets sent out, so you all should be getting a copy of that. It's a monthly magazine, so once you get that, let's see here. And then we've got the Business Equipment Quota Index that's available to you. And what this is it's a selling tool that you can guesstimate what the potential of any given territory might be for you. So let's say that I'm in Kansas City, and Kansas City gets straddled by the state line, Missouri and Kansas. Well, I don't go down to Wichita to sell, and I don't go over to St. Louis, but I do just concentrate on the counties in and around Kansas City. Well, there's an MSA that would give me the potential of the Kansas City area, or there's also a Becky that would do the entire state of Missouri or the entire state of Kansas that would include some of those counties in and around Kansas City. So if you don't do the entire state, you just get the MSA, which is right here, metropolitan statistical areas, and do that. But it's virtually free with your membership because you get promo codes that goes with your membership. So 1 year is $150, so you can get the entire state virtually free of charge using your coupons. And you get a guide that shows you how to basically use the Becky. They use the Becky to set a lot of your quotas. The manufacturers do. They set a lot of your quotas via the Becky. So I'd look into acquiring one of those as well. Let's see here. Let's jump up to our education section. The education, we've got a button right up here at the top. You can just click on that, and that'll show you all of the education. We've got classroom workshops, VCIO University and Pro Finance. Those are really great workshops that you should attend. And then we've got e-workshops that are available to you. Two of them are the Building My Business webinar and the Diversifying My Business webinar. And those are held roughly once a month. And the beauty of the webinars is the Building My Business would be more educational in nature. Okay, and we're having one here next week, I guess. Is that it? So you can sign up for that. It's more educational in nature, kind of teaching you some things. And the Diversifying My Business webinar is more of an infomercial. So if you're interested in what this company does and how they do it, the Diversifying My Business would be the one that you would look at as well. And that's more of an infomercial. The other one is more educational in sense. Let's see here. And then we've got some IT certification and that type of thing. So a lot of good educational tracks there as well.
Hey, Brian.
I do want to, yes, sir.
Why don't you click on showing that the archives of like Building My Business, Diversifying My Business are available on the website. I don't know if you mentioned that or not. If you want to look back or kind of peruse the list of past BTA, in this case, he's looking at Building My Business webinars. We've been recording them for a lot of years. So those are the webinars we had 2025, recording the actual webinar and then the PowerPoint. And some of those we found are kind of timeless in nature. I realize that they get back a number of years, they might seem dated, but if they're talking about sales strategies and and things like that that maybe change somewhat, but not entirely. Those are a resource to you. And of course, if it's in the immediate past, if you've attended a webinar and you're like, oh man, I wish my business partner had heard that or my manager had heard that, just know that it's there. It's posted within the 24 hours on the website, and it's just kind of forever and always on the website as a benefit to our members. So you do have to have your username and password to access those pages. And then the same Brian's showing for diversifying my business. These are all vendor members of the association who are talking about their product or services to the membership and what they bring to the table for dealer members. When we first launched this, we were a little uncertain. Is it going to be well accepted to attend a webinar that eventually is kind of them doing a sales pitch? And frankly, we found that it's very well received, because if you want to learn more about a vendor, it's there's an easy way to do it is to just silently attend a webinar, right, and learn more about them. So those past webinars, Diversify My Business, the recording to those, as we said, is also available to you on the BTA website. So thank you, Brian. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, no problem. BTA holds events each year. This year, it's going to be the BTA Ignite events, and they're great educational and networking opportunities. We're going to be down in Orlando, Florida. Brent mentioned the eAutomate Elevate discussion call, but we're also going to be down there talking about Elevate or eAutomate down in Orlando. So we'll be in Orlando in March 20th. We'll be in Kansas City for the BTA 100th anniversary. BTA is 100 years this year. So we'll be in Kansas City celebrating that. And then the fall colors in Asheville in October. And there's some videos and information about all the events that we've had in the past, photos, information, that type of thing. And let's see here. I do want to get over here and kind of cover the scholarship program that we have. BTA has a scholarship program that is open to all member dealers and their employees. And there's an application that goes out, and it needs to be submitted by May 1st for all the individuals. And the scholarship award, we've given away almost $2 million through the years, and 1,600 scholarships. And there's a list of scholarships here, and you can download a flyer to put up in your break room to let everybody know that BTA offers this program to eligible students. And Brent loves signing checks when he gives those away to individuals. So I'll let him say a few words about that.
Well, I'll just mention a little bit that this is kind of a benefit that people aren't always aware of, because it's kind of comes around once a year, right? But it is a benefit that's a member benefit to all of your employees, not just the owners, senior management. But frankly, we've given away many, many scholarships to the sons and daughters of full-time employees, that whether they're the dispatch person or an admin or whatever, anybody in the dealership whose child is in an accredited 2 to 4 year school is eligible. The fiscal year that the school year that we're in, 25, 26. I don't have it right in front of me, but we gave away something like 38 scholarships to students, and it totaled like $70,000 or something like that. I thought I had it in front of me, but I don't. But the scholarships range in size. Some of them are quite large, but the minimum is still 1,500. They're actually determined by a dean at a local university here in Kansas City. We have no input or say or in any way on who the winners are. We turn over all the applications to this independent evaluator, and then he reviews them and ranks them. And we essentially say we've got funds this year for X number of scholarships at this X number of dollars, so that he tells us which dealers or students would be eligible to for a scholarship or would be winners of scholarships. And Brian's shown you there on screen some of those checks. He said, I like signing the checks. So it's kind of it's fun to be able to help out the next generation in their schooling. We all know it's crazy expensive. It's to the benefit of their parents too, is right. But we've got many, many years of scholarships on there, photos every year we get.
And multiple winners.
Yeah, not everybody that wins sends us a photo, but we have had people that have won a scholarship all 4 years of school. You're not limited to just 1 year. You can reapply every school year and conceivably can continue to win. So if that's not something you've had any awareness of or thought about, then just be aware of it. And Brian pointed out earlier that you can easily print out this little poster that you could put in your break room for all your employees to see, and it kind of directs them to the website and reminds them of the application deadline and things like that. So thank you, Brian.
Okay, very good. Anybody have any questions so far? The last item I might want to touch on might be a little bit on the insurance products. We've got a couple of insurance products that might be of interest to you. One of them is called the Well Card, and it's kind of a discount for your doctor's appointments, pharmacies, that type of thing, and it's free to the BTA member. So you can come in here under the insurance program and just click here, and you can order a Well Card. We do have some group and health life that you can check into. Some people save money, some people don't, but if you can save a nickel on your health insurance, it'd be worth it. You just check out and give these people a call and do that type of thing and give them your information, and they'll kind of shop it for you to see if you can go ahead and save a dime or two. That's kind of the Cliff Notes version. Anybody have any questions or want to throw in any thoughts or comments?
If not, thank you all very much for your time, your willingness to participate today. I mentioned at the beginning that the staff is small. We've been here many, many years. We're here to serve you. If you think that we can find an answer or connect you with somebody or whatever, just reach out to us at any time. We'd be glad to help. In fact, all four of us are on the call today. Brian, who you've just met, if you didn't know him already, he's largely focused on dealer membership, sales, and retention. Valerie Broseno is our marketing director. She does all things events for BTA. She's a primary liaison to the vendor members of the association. Elizabeth Marvel is the associate editor. She does this website. She lays out the magazine and all kinds of peripheral pieces that we share at our events and otherwise during the year. One thing, as I mentioned, Valerie, I didn't get really mentioned here, is we do have two peer groups that are kind of subsets of BTA. One of them is Select Dealer Group. Got about 35 or 39 member dealerships in that. We have another one called the Pro Dealer Group. I'm the staff liaison for that group. Valerie works with the Select Dealer Group. And they get together in person several times a year, sharing best practices, listening to experts in the industry. They also turn in, Valerie or Brian's showing his Select Dealer Group membership right there on the screen. They turn in a financial survey every year to strategic business associates based on the metrics taught in BTA's Pro Finance. And they end up with, here's me compared to the aggregate of everybody else in the group. So I say that to say nobody's seeing each other's financials, but they do see the aggregate of the entire group. And here's the other group, the Pro Dealer Group, and the locations of those. So you can see we try to geographically not have competitive dealers in the same group. Frankly, Pro Dealer Group came out of the fact that people could not get into Select Dealer Group in some markets, and we sort of started collecting names and said, well, let's just form a second group. So that Pro Dealer Group's been around since 2012, and Select Dealer Group, I always forget the founding year, but it's been around for many, many years and has been very successful. So if that's of interest to you, just reach out to us. We can help you. Keep in mind that our emails are very simple. If you know our first names, then you know our emails. So as an example, I'm Brent@bta.org, Brian@bta.org, etc. So if you think that we can help you, please reach out to us anytime. We'd be glad to help in any way that we can. We never lose sight of the fact that we work for you. We are employees of the association, but you all as members essentially own the association. So we're focused on helping you in any way that we can. So please don't forget that. And if you think we can help, reach out to us. And if we don't know the answer, we will strive to do our very best to find the answer from some of those people we've met and dealt with in these many years of service to the association. So with that, we'll go ahead and end the call for today.
Brent, I have a quick question.
Please, Teresa, yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I do have a quick question. I was asked to sit in on this because Gordy, of course, my president, CEO, was out at a meeting. So
Sure.
I do have a login and everything. So is this for employees also to be able to go in and look at stuff and sign up for stuff, or is this more strictly for the owners and the
It's
CEO?
for the members are the dealerships.
Okay.
The vendors. So anybody who works for the dealership has access. And Brian, maybe you could speak to that in terms of how they can be granted access.
The best way, Teresa, would be they need to be in our database and have a login. That would be a lot of our information. We used to do benchmarking reports, and they came out and showed a lot of compensation. And so it used to be that only the primary could access certain areas of the account, in this case, Gordy. But we don't do the benchmarking reports as much, so there's really nothing restrictive to our website. And as long as, like I'm showing you here, CopyPro have these individuals, they more than likely have a login. So as long as you have a login, Teresa, for those individuals, they get access to the entire website. There's no
Okay.
problem.
And so most employees, as long as Gordy says it's okay, they can create their own login and stuff.
Correct. Right here.
Okay,
Just
perfect.
come up here and click on login,
Okay,
or you can send it to me, their name, their title, and their
Hey,
email
Teresa?
address.
I was gonna say, Teresa, you are in the system already, so Gordy has added you.
correct.
So all you'll need to do is go do that create one, and I'm actually gonna send you an email from the system real quick.
Well, I just logged in, so I'm
Oh, okay,
in.
good.
I got in. He wanted me to sit in on this and take notes, and I'm seeing a lot of interesting stuff that I think like some of the other employees might be interested in watching and, a lot of the videos and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if I'm going to get with him and tell him, what I thought of this, but am I able to get other people in the company that I think would benefit from this signed up to be able to watch the videos?
Definitely. Yep. Just send their name and email address and title, and you can have up to 25 logins.
Okay, perfect.
So there's a fair amount of stuff that's members only, like the recordings of the webinars, for example. So when Brian mentioned the restrictions, there used to be certain areas restricted, but now it's like the only restriction is if you're a non-member, you're not going to see the back end of the website and a lot of the resources that are available. So
The legal
Right.
documents you
The legal
can't
documents,
access
for
without a
example,
login. So
Right.
So,
And I was just noticing some of the video stuff when I was looking online. I think we're going through some changes here and we
Yeah.
have a new service manager and everything. And I think it might be beneficial for them to be able to get into it, a new IT supervisor and everything. So that's why I was asking,
very good.
once I get an okay from him, can I get other people signed in for it?
Very good. Well,
Absolutely.
appreciate the question.
Awesome.
I'd encourage you at some point under education, for example, we've got a program underway right now. I think we're in the middle of it this week. It's called Fix, taught by Jack Duncan. It's very focused on the service management side of the business. And,
Okay.
it's a nice resource, and it's not just for new. It's a good learning tool for any existing service manager. And Valerie's been sitting in on that. About how many people are in that?
this go around we have like 22. The last time he offered it, it was around 40, I guess.
Wow.
The best thing is that you don't have to travel because it's all online.
All virtual. Yeah.
And I will say, it's 3 hours, but you do get a half-hour break, and it's gone by really fast. So it's packed full of a lot of information and chatting, and people are asking questions. So it's been really good. And
it'll be offered again soon. As soon as we get through this, and we'll pick the next date, and we've got a lot of momentum with that. So it's just something to think about, Teresa, or any of you wanting to looking for an opportunity for service management training. So
I was going to send you.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, Teresa, I'm going to email you who we have under WCC, so you can say if you want to.
That would be perfect because we've had a lot of people leave, so it would be good to see that.
Yeah, very good. Well, we greatly appreciate the question. It was not only to your benefit, as I'm sure is a benefit everybody on the call today. So we thank you for your time. We'll look to hear from you. Hopefully we'll see you in Orlando at our Ignite event and/or Kansas City in September as we celebrate BTA's 100th year. And there'll be a lot of education exhibitors there, but a big part of it will be focused on the history and the heritage of the association. It'll be a lot of fun. Got some great things planned. So appreciate everybody's time. We'll look to see you down the road.